What is the difference between para and por? Welcome to this Q&A with Laura, the live Portuguese class where I answer all of your questions in Portuguese. So whether if it's pronouncing words, picking up new phrases and expressions, or even understanding Brazilian culture, which you can see right now, there's a car passing down the street with a very high music, and that's very common here. So even if it is to understand these cultural nuances here, I'm here for it. I'm here to help you and to guide you with that. So before we get started, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell here so you don't miss any of my future videos, which I upload every week, okay? I'm also on other social media, so you can find me on Instagram, like Sing Brazilian, and also on TikTok. So the first question, what is the difference between para and por? Well, both of them can be used to indicate for or to in English, okay? And por can even indicate by in English, okay? But I will show you more specific situations and when you should use each one of them, okay? You need to try to memorize situations in which you would use one and not use the other. So just so you know which one you use more often. Para, okay? So we use para much more often than we use por, okay? So if you had to choose one, choose para. You know, if you are in doubt, use para every time and the chances to be right will be much higher. But I will also show you the situations in which you should use por. In Portuguese, when we are speaking, you know, in spoken language, we tend to say pra instead of para. This is informal. You shouldn't write pra. You know, you're writing an email, something more formal. Put para. If you want to be informal, if you are talking, or even if you're texting with your friends, you can say pra. If it is before an article, a masculine article, if it's before o, instead of saying para o, you can say pro. So pra, pro, okay? This is also informal, okay? So the first use of para is to indicate a purpose, you know, a reason why you do something. So let me give you examples here. Eu quero aprender português para viajar. I want to learn Portuguese to travel, for traveling. So, para viajar. See here, that is your goal, the reason, the purpose why you learn Portuguese. Para viajar. Okay, in this case, you do not use por, you only use para. Eu trabalho para viver. So, eu trabalho para viver. I work for a living. Okay, I work for a living. Like, I'm not rich, I have to work. Eu trabalho para viver. Eu ouço música para relaxar. I listen to music to relax. Okay, so eu ouço música para relaxar. From a song that I had this song stuck in my head today, you know. It's called Por Você Eu Bebo Mar de Canudinho. I'm gonna leave it in the description later, but I'm gonna show you as an example too in the por. But there is also a line from this song that can be used here. That is this: faço de tudo pra ganhar seu coração. Like, I do anything to win your heart. You know, to get your heart, to win your heart. So, faço de tudo pra ganhar seu coração. And this is an example from a song. It says, faço de tudo pra ganhar seu coração. Pra ganhar. Sí, pra ganhar. Like I told you, when it's informal, when it's an informal situation, you say pra instead of para. And there's another example from another song here that I separated. Eu faço só pra te agradar. Eu faço só pra te agradar. See here the pra again instead of para. So, I do this only to please you. só pra te agradar. See? One more example that is informal. And that's why songs are so good for this, you know, because you will see how we actually speak. If you learn this through books, you will see the correct way. You will probably not see pra in books, okay? But in songs, you will. So it's a very good resource for learning. So the second way in which we can use the para is to indicate a destination or a direction, okay? So when you want to reach a destination or a direction, and it can be in a physical meaning, okay? Or it can be like in theory or something like feelings, something that is not touchable. Let me give you examples. So, for example, eu vou para o trabalho todo dia. I go to work every day. So, eu vou para o trabalho todo dia. So this para here indicates my destination. What is my destination? O trabalho, okay? O trabalho is my destination. So I use para. Eu vou para o trabalho todo dia. If I want to be more informal here, how can I say? Eu vou pro trabalho todo dia. Eu vou pro trabalho todo dia. Eu vou pro trabalho todo dia. See, I'm linking everything here. Pro trabalho todo dia. Informal, okay? Remember this. Next example. Nós vamos para o Brasil no próximo ano. This one can also be replaced by pro. Nós vamos para o Brasil no próximo ano. We are going to Brazil next year. Pro Brasil, okay? If you want to sound more informal. Another meaning here that is like destination, but not something that is a clear destination. For example, ele está distraído, olhando para o lado. So he's distracted, looking away, looking to his sides. Okay, lado is side. And that's how we say this, to look away, olhando para o lado, like this. See how I said olhando para o lado? It's natural for me to say pro, olhando para o lado. So this would be the informal way, the formal way, olhando para o lado. So the destination of his look is o lado, okay? So it's another case of destination, even though it's not a clear destination. Another one, comprei presente para você. I got you a present. I bought you a present para você. See how we're linking? So you are the destination of my present, you know? You are the receiver. So it can be a destination or a receiver, okay? Of that action. If you have a specific deadline, you need to use para. Example, minha passagem é para amanhã. My ticket is for tomorrow. Like I have a plane ticket and is for tomorrow. So, minha passagem é para amanhã. Eu tenho muitos sonhos para esse ano. Eu tenho muitos sonhos para esse ano. I have many dreams for this year. Okay? So, it's not like, it does not give this idea of a deadline I have to do, but it sets a deadline, you know, it sets a specific time. It sets a specific time, a duration of time there. Esse ano, so para esse ano, for this year. In this case, it's para, not por, okay? Another way is to indicate opinion, okay? The example is, é fácil para mim. It's easy for me. So, for example, português é fácil para mim. Português é fácil para mim. Eu sou brasileira. So, Portuguese is easy for me because I'm Brazilian. Português é fácil para mim. So, I already put in the informal way. Para mim. I'm saying my opinion. I'm saying something that is easy for me. Maybe not for everyone, but para mim. Okay? There's a way to use por to indicate opinion too. But it's, for example, you're trying to decide something. And let's say, you need to decide if you're going to this restaurant or to that restaurant. So you can say, por mim, a gente vai no McDonald's. So this is how we say McDonald's. 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 So, por mim, a gente vai no McDonald's. Por mim, Like this would be like, for me, in my opinion, por mim, a gente vai no McDonald's. Use this por mim when you want to express your opinion about something that is being discussed. So there are options and you want to choose one. You want to say your opinion on that matter. You want to choose an option. You say por mim. This would be like, in my opinion, for me, okay? And pra mim, it's something easy for you. Not for everyone, but for you, pra mim, ok? Viajar todo ano é importante para eles. So one more example. Viajar todo ano é importante para eles. So traveling every year is important for them. Para eles. Para eles, for them, maybe not for me, okay? Now let's talk about some common uses for por. Like I said, para is more common. So if you are in doubt, use para. Most of the cases it's gonna be para. But sometimes it's por. And there are specific situations, specific examples that if you know about, you will already, like, next time you will say, in this case it's por, in this case it's para. For por, we also have some contractions, okay? Like we have for para, that becomes pra or pro. If you have the article o, becomes pro, pra. And we also have those contractions for por. For example, por plus the article o becomes pelo. It doesn't make sense, I know. There is no L here, now there is an L, but I don't know why. And then por plus a becomes pela, okay? So it can be in the plural too. Pelos, pelas, okay? So keep this in mind. We're gonna see examples, these contractions. The first way we can use the por is when you do something for someone or on behalf of someone, okay? So you do something for that person or on behalf of that person, you can use por. I have one example from a song for you too. The song is called Por Você. Por Você. Look it up later. So, Por Você, Barão Vermelho is the band. Barão Vermelho. He repeats many times, por você, por você. One that I have here is this one. Por você, eu deixaria de beber. So, por você, for you, eu deixaria de beber. I would quit drinking. I would stop drinking. I recommend you to listen to this later so you memorize this. Por você, for you, when you should use it. And then there's that other song I told you about. Por você, eu bebo mar de canudinho. It's the name of the song, but it's also a line from the song, from the chorus. So it's like this. Por você, eu bebo mar de canudinho e atravesso pela noite de shortinho. It's very fun. This is a fun song. So, por você, eu bebo mar. For you, I drink the sea. Eu bebo o mar de canudinho, like with a straw, you know? With a straw you use to drink stuff. So, a small straw would be a canudinho. Canudinho. Por você, eu bebo mar de canudinho. For you, I would even like drink the sea with a little straw. Okay? Search for this song too. It's cool. Another example from another song is Não faz assim, não faça nada por mim. This is called Nada por mim. Nada por mim by the band Kid Abelha. I really enjoyed this song too. This one is a MPB, okay? MPB or rock nacional. So, nada por mim. So, don't do it like this. Não faz assim. Don't do this. Não faça nada por mim. Don't do anything for me. Do nothing for me. In Portuguese, we can deny twice in the same sentence, okay? For us, there's no grammatical problem with that. I can say não and nada in the same sentence. No and nothing in the same sentence. It's not a problem in Portuguese, so it's not wrong to say não faça nada por mim. Don't do anything for me, okay? It's okay to say that. Another way we can use por is to indicate frequency or duration of actions, okay? So, for example, eu viajo uma vez por ano. I travel once a year. So, eu viajo uma vez por ano. Once a year. Por ano. Ok? Another. Eu estudo português 2 horas por dia. Por quanto tempo você estuda? How long do you study? I study Portuguese 2 hours a day. 2 horas por dia. Not me, just an example. Ela trabalha 8 horas por dia. Ela trabalha 8 horas por dia. She works 8 hours a day. So memorize this expression here. Por dia, a day. Por ano, a year. Okay? Or you can say in the past too. For example, nós moramos no Brasil por 3 anos. We lived in Brazil for 3 years. Nós moramos no Brasil por 3 anos. Okay? So it's another possibility you can use. The next situation in which you use the por is to indicate the price you paid for something. So, for example, this is very specific, okay? This is very specific. Let me give you an example. Comprei uma passagem para o Brasil por $200. Comprei uma passagem para o Brasil por $200. I got a ticket to Brazil. I got a plane ticket to Brazil for $200. Por $200. Okay? So this would be por, not para. Por. Consegui Uber por R$30. I got an Uber for R$30. Our currency here in Brazil is real. So in the plural we say reais. Okay? Consegui Uber por R$30. One more situation you use por. A place that is not the final destination. So just a place you go through. You go through that place, but it's not the final destination. So, for example, o avião passa pelo México antes de chegar no Brasil. O avião passa pelo México antes de chegar no Brasil. So this pelo here is one form of the por. Remember, I told you here. Por plus o becomes pelo. So it would be like saying, o avião passa por o México. But we never say that, okay? We have to say pelo. Pelo México. Pelo is correct. It's the formal way to say. It's the correct way to say, the only way, okay? Por o becomes pelo. It can also be not just places you go through, but situations you go through too, okay? So, for example, eles passaram por muitas dificuldades na vida. Eles passaram por muitas dificuldades na vida. They went through many struggles in life, okay? Por dificuldades, okay? Something you go through is por. Or to indicate exchange. So you want to exchange something for another. In this case, you use por too. For example, eu quero trocar essa blusa por esse sapato. So I want to exchange this blouse for this shoe. Por. And also in the meaning of buy, buy something. The song I showed you. Let me give you an example with the song. So, Nada por Mim foi gravada pela banda Kid Abelha. So, the song Nada por Mim foi gravada pela banda Kid Abelha. By the band Kid Abelha. So, in the meaning of by is por too, okay? O bolo foi feito pela minha mãe. The cake was made by my mom. Pela minha mãe. Okay? So, by someone. And also, there are some loosened examples I can give you that are always por. For example, por favor, that means please. Por favor is always por, okay? Por aí, por aí. There's another song. Ando por aí querendo te encontrar. Por aí, ando por aí. I walk around. Ando por aí. So, around, okay? Por aí. Por enquanto, saying it fast. So, por enquanto, for now, por enquanto, okay? So, I think in the end I gave you more examples of how to use por because it's more specific, okay? In most of the cases it will be para, but when it's por, it's specific. So, try to memorize these context, these examples, okay? Not a rule, it's not a strict rule, but there are these examples that can guide you into that, okay? That can help you with that. So that's it for today. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos which I upload every week, okay? So every week we have new lessons here on different subjects and always I'm trying to bring some cool Brazilian songs for you. So, stay here with me, subscribe here, follow me on other social media so you don't miss any of it, okay? Muito obrigada, thank you very much. Até a próxima. See you next time. Tchau!